These are changing times in America's relationship with its criminal justice system. Former President Bill Clinton says one of his biggest domestic policy achievements, his three strikes anti-crime legislation, actually was a mistake. Too many minor offenders behind bars and too many prisons overcrowded. Now President Obama has become the nation's first chief executive to go visit inmates who are behind those bars, traveling to a federal penitentiary in Oklahoma in order to highlight his new campaign to reform the jail system in the United States. Mr. Obama is arguing against what he perceives is a built-in racial bias, which imprisons young people who make mistakes but don't commit serious crimes.
When we're looking at nonviolent offenders, most of them growing up in environments in which drug traffic is common, where many of their family members may have been involved in the drug trade. We have to reconsider whether 20-year, 30-year life sentences for nonviolent crimes is the best way for us to solve these problems.
And with all of this high-level presidential activity as a backdrop, the bishops of America are calling, once again, for the abolition of the death penalty. It's been 10 years since the Catholic bishops of the United States initiated the Catholic campaign to end the use of the death penalty, and now they're calling for a renewed push. What kind of significant gains have we seen in these last 10 years?
Well, in this country, practically speaking, we've seen a wave of states, including New Jersey, New Mexico, and most recently Nebraska, abolish the death penalty. And we also see death sentences at their lowest rate since the death penalty was reinstated in 1976. In our tradition, if society can protect itself without ending a human life, then it absolutely should do so.
Many states, as we know, still regularly execute. What can we expect the USCCB to do with this renewed push?
So this is an opportunity for Catholics to reacquaint themselves or acquaint themselves for the first time with where their church stands on this issue, which is maybe best exemplified with Pope Francis, who has said that today the death penalty is inadmissible no matter how serious the crime committed. And he says that it does not render justice to victims, but rather fosters vengeance.
This statement comes on the heels of the Aurora shooter. He's possibly facing the death penalty, but also the Boston bomber who was formerly placed on death row. How do Catholics come to terms that the Church's support of the death penalty should not be seen as indifference to sinfulness, but more so as the affirmation of sacredness of all life?
The Church sees the taking of life at odds with the culture of life, and that's what we always seek to build. We always seek to promote human flourishing. The Church believes in breaking the cycle of violence and restoring justice.
The U.S. bishops believe that now the time is ripe for action, especially with Pope Francis' forthcoming Jubilee Year of Mercy this December. Nationwide, black defendants are more likely than white defendants to receive the death penalty, even after being convicted of similar crimes. Reporting for Currents, I'm Michelle Powers.